Hey there, everybody. Franklin Taggart here. It's a late night coffee break again on a Saturday night. Almost 11:30. I still have just a little bit left. I had a wonderful day here. The temperature's cooled. I think our high today only got up to around 51, and it was kind of a drizzly, misty day. And it was so refreshing after all of the heat that we've had for so many months to have a day when I could get my flannel shirt out again. And I just hung out with my boy today. Monica's gone for the weekend. So my boy and I just had some fun. We watched some of our favorite shows. He played his drums for almost an hour. I was working on some projects around the house, but it felt like a really great way to spend a Saturday. A couple of things have been coming up today that I wanted to talk about in the coffee break, and one of them is the idea that, people have been concerned about the state of arts and music and theater for as long as I've been alive. I've been around conversations about concern for those cultural things, and I find it interesting that we've had those conversations going on now for, like I said, as long as I can remember, decades of worry about where the arts are going. And yet, generation after generation after generation of people show up and they create. Now, the industries may change. The way that we bring our things about, our creations and our experiences and all of that may very well change even tomorrow. But they're not going to go away because they're central to who we are as human beings. So I don't worry so much about art and music and theater and dance and the creative things. Now, one of the things that goes along with that is that there has been change in audiences. And I think the biggest change is that we have more and more and more options for how we spend our free time every day. And so what's happened, I think, is that our audiences have a lot more options available to them. And for them to choose our option over all of the others, well, it's a harder thing to do than it used to be. And so one of the things that I think that we've got to look at is how do we make our offering compelling enough for the people that we need to support it to show up? Well, that's always the question, isn't it? Audience building and drawing an audience and satisfying an audience. Those have been the core of our existence as creators for as long as our creating has been going on. So I don't worry too much about the future of the arts. I think one of the things that happens is that we decide what our priorities are. And if the arts are not going to be a priority, I'm not sure what to do about that, other than to say, we can continue to support government funding for it. We can continue to support grant sources. We can continue to support with our contributions to nonprofits that are arts oriented, and we can keep showing up for the concert. We can keep showing up for the gallery opening. We can keep showing up for the for the ballet recital, whatever it is, we can continue to support it. And as we continue to support it, it will continue to flourish and exist. The one thing that we have to do as artists is we can't let those kinds of conversations discourage us from creating. We can't let our creating be at the whim of people who think that the future is going to be bad. Future hadn't happened yet. Some parts of it are going to be hard. Some parts of it are going to be easy, just like the past has been. But we can't let the future determine whether or not we're creative today. I think being creative today helps to ensure that our future is going to be a little bit better. Because our future, is supported by what we do today. And if we just sit around worried and afraid all of the time that the arts are going away, or that, music in schools is not happening as much, well, there have been budget cuts. We all know about that. And there have been movements that have devalued the arts politically. Well, that's been going on for generations as well. And so if it's worth fighting for, fight for it. And at the same time, those people who are going to be creative are going to be creative no matter what. And we have it at our disposal to do whatever we can do to support it. So when those conversations come up, I think it's important for us to talk about those things. And again, we can't let a possible future keep us from creating today. At that point, the conversation's over. If we stop creating, the future's going to be worse. Simple as that. So those are the thoughts that I'm having today. And even though I've retired from performing music, I am still going to be writing and releasing music. And so I just wanted people to be aware of that aspect of my musical activity is not going anywhere. I'm getting ready to set up my room so that I can do more recording here. And I'm excited about that. That's when I started in music, the thing that I loved most about it wasn't the performing. It was the creating. It was the music writing and the songwriting and the arranging and coming up with interesting guitar parts and things like that. Those were the things that I just loved from the beginning, and those are the things that I still really enjoy. So even though I've decided to call at least a temporary end to public performance, I'm still going to be making some music over here. So all of that said, creativity is central to the human experience. And I'm not worried about creativity going anywhere, because as long as people are here, creativity is going to be a part of our life. It's going to be a part of our experience. The only things that may change are the ways that we share it with each other, the ways that we pay for it, and the ways that we support the people who are making the things that we enjoy. So go out there and make something. Your creativity today ensures that our future will be better. All right, folks, that's my sermon for today. And it is getting late, so I'm going to wrap this up now. Hope whatever kind of a day it is where you are is a good one. And I always appreciate your time and your attention spent with me. Thank you. So long.